Oh, Lord.
What questions you want me to ask?
What do you mean what questions? If it had the thing, we'd know what questions to ask, but you left it on.
Well, I can't help it that I forgot that I moved them out of the car.
Anyhow, let's...
I can wing it. Ricky Ricardo.
Anyhow, let's get this started.
What you doing with your phone?
I'm gonna do 30-minute segments, that way it's gonna be easier.
Well, you gotta go just a little bit over because you know we're gonna have bloopers.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, hang on, let me put my phone on silent. How you do that? How do you put the Apple on silent? Thank you. Ricky Ricardo there.
Switch, you just...
Well, I don't know how to work these stupid apples. I like Samsung.
Can we just do this?
Apples. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Don't know, you ever feel like somebody's watching you? You can't cuss.
Well, this ain't gonna be in it.
What ain't gonna be in it?
Me
What?
cussing.
Oh,
What are you doing, hell?
I didn't do nothing. Did I, y'all?
Howdy, everybody.
Hi.
I'm on the other side of the camera today.
Hi, y'all.
Anyhow.
Guess who's interviewing who? Hi, y'all. Hi.
Enough. Lord. Anyhow.
You better leave that
I'm
in.
gonna take these off because it glare.
I told you it had a glare.
Anyhow. Looky who it is. It's me.
Can you see?
No, not really.
How many fingers am I holding up?
8. Okay. All right. Anyhow, apparently we're going to do a Mondays with Mom interview with me, so here I am.
Now, are you promising in front of God and everybody that you're going to let me ask the questions?
Yes, I will. Well, you were going to ask the questions, but you left the stupid question list at home, so here we sit.
Well, I was trying to clean out the car.
Yeah, you cleaned it out real good. Real good, honey.
Well, they're on the carport.
So anyhow, I guess we're going to have to wing this. Because it's too far. I didn't drive all the way back home for that list.
Well, you know, I was just trying to do something good.
Good.
I was
Trying to do something good.
Don't make fun of your wife. That just ain't nice.
So anyhow, let's just let's get this rolling, because your interview was 3 parts. I don't want mine to be 3 parts.
Oh,
if I
why
can, I
not?
want to do it 1 part.
Uh-uh.
I'm just not that interesting.
Yes, you are. Don't lie. He's lying, y'all. I know a lot of secrets on him.
Quiet.
Y'all want me to tell some stories?
No, you're not.
Well, you going to let me ask the questions I want to? And you
okay,
have
well,
to answer.
I know the first question is where and when I was born.
No, that wasn't what I was going to say.
Was you going to ask that one? Okay, ask. I'm sorry. I don't want to be labeled a control freak or something.
He's got me on a tight leash, y'all. He's got me on a
Tight
choke
leash.
choke collar. One of them things.
Ain't no leashing her. You
No.
don't know that. You've seen her. You've seen her in action. You know that's a big old fib.
You're making it like I'm a mean person. I'm not. I've done it.
I didn't say mean. You're just unleashable.
Well, I talk about you.
That's anyhow.
You're unleashable
Okay.
and unmuzzable. Muzzable.
Unmustable.
Hey, I'm gonna call Negan and get Negan after you. Negan, I can't remember that other dude's name. He's on.
That's another thing. She's trying to get these dudes in here, and they won't fit. Let me lean the camera back so y'all can see.
Well, see, I told you.
My niece Anna, she ordered those.
Ain't
So they're in the interview too, but they're
Yeah.
too tall, so.
I forget what that one dude's name is, but I know Lucille and Negan. Man, he's crazy, ain't he?
Oh, the other one is from
Supernatural.
Supernatural. It's
I can't think of that dude's.
oh.
Man, he's good looking
People out there
too.
gonna kill us.
Mercy. If I was a little bit younger. Oh, my bad. I didn't say that out loud.
I'm having a big old brain fart.
Google it.
I got to now. It's
What's his name, y'all? Tell
I
Kentucky
can't
Ranger.
remember either one of them's name. He's what's his name's brother.
What's his name's brother?
Yeah,
oh,
like that
my
makes
goodness.
all the sense in the world. No, I don't want security on browser.
Kentucky Ranger can't remember the main star. Oh my God.
Both stars. Sorry.
Well, Negan and Lucille,
What was this
and I
thing
can't
name?
remember him either. So I ain't much better.
No, I don't want that.
I was working on my sewing
Already
today.
out of the gate, I'm gonna have to cut scene this
Why?
because
You can't
I can't
cut.
remember their name.
You can't cut scene it. Lord have mercy. You will screw things up if you cut scene it. Tell him to leave the bloopers in, y'all. He listens, y'all. He don't listen to the misses.
Sam and Dean. Why couldn't I remember that?
I don't know,
And
Ranger.
that is it Dean?
Negan.
No, it's Sam. God, I can't even. Yes, that's.
He's getting
that's
Alzheimer's,
So
y'all.
that's Negan and Sam.
And don't forget Lucille.
Yeah, Lucille. the
And if you don't be
baseball bat.
nice, I'll call my buddy Negan, have a talk with you.
I tell you, I can't hardly watch Walking Dead with that Negan character.
Oh, I like him.
They
Come
keep-
on, y'all.
Yeah, but they keep killing all the cool people, and it's like.
Well, I don't like when
know.
he kills the cool ones, you know.
I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair.
Well, you know, they change writers every so often, you
They
know.
change something. They need to change it back.
I know. We'll just have to call Negan and tell him we
Anyhow.
want it changed back. Make him a good person. Maybe lightning will
We're
hit
supposed to
Negan.
be interviewing. We're supposed to.
We are. You got me off the subject. Oh, your fault. It's all your fault. Okay, my next question is, where was you born?
See, this one's gonna. Everybody's gonna know now.
You're a
I was-
Buckeye.
I'm a Buckeye.
Yes,
I'm
you
not
are.
officially a Buckeye. I was born in Akron, Ohio,
Okay.
on a cold.
How much did you weigh?
Rainy Monday morning. Lord, I can't remember. 7 pounds, 8 pounds, something.
You weighed more than me. I
was,
weighed 3 pounds.
It's a cold, rainy morning. At
Was you late?
Akron General Hospital.
Was you late being born?
Oh no, I was out of the gate.
You
I
shot
wanted
out
of
the
there.
gate.
My mom was in labor, and they didn't think it was that big a deal, and the doctor was on his way. And the nurse came in, and
Ooh,
my
get
head
the
was
catcher's
poking
mitt.
out. She's like, "Oh, Miss Reeves, I think you're ready." So yeah, I was ready to go. I was like, "Get me out of here."
Okay, my next question is, what important things did you learn in school? Hey, I get to wing this.
Well, let's see.
This is my show
I learned
today.
to read, and I learned to write. I learned them adding and subtracting.
Did you
things.
go past 3rd grade, Ranger?
Yeah. Went on. I actually graduated from high school.
Oh, wait a minute. That's a misconception on Kentucky people that we don't go past the
I
3rd
will
grade.
tell you something I did do when I
He's
was,
a
when I
Buckeye,
was going
y'all.
to school.
He's from
Because
Ohio.
we moved to Utah when I was 8.
Glad,
Huh?
I'm glad I met you and glad you had to come to our school.
Anyhow, teachers had labeled me a stupid hillbilly. Even though I was from Ohio, they thought, well, you're a hillbilly. Really? Any further north, I'd be in Canada.
Did they know you was from Ohio?
Yeah. But anyhow, it got to the point the teachers were so mean and rude to me that I ended up, I turned my back on the school system when I was probably 12, 13
What
years
school
old.
was that?
Oh Lord,
Were
it's
you-
junior high. I
Junior
had
high?
three of the worst years of my life was junior high.
Oh, I hear
But
you.
and this thing is No Kid Left Behind crap that their Obama pulled.
Oh,
That's
honey.
been going on for years
Yeah.
because I turned my back on the school system. I taught everything I know. I taught myself.
Well, they kept passing me with my.
Yeah, they kept passing me.
With my
I
dyslexia.
refused to do any of the work. They thought at one point they thought I was retarded.
Now,
So my mom had me tested, and my IQ when I was 11, my IQ was 146. So
man,
yeah,
I
I
bet
was
that's more than
stupid.
mine.
I don't know.
Wonder what
It's
you
a
think
number.
mine is.
I don't know. It's a stupid number.
What number do you think mine is?
Honey, I have no idea.
300?
300.
Yes, I'm a genius.
But no, the school system. And I blame it on my dad moving us around as much as he did because
Why did he move y'all around so much?
first we were in the Air Force, or he was, and then he drove for Consolidated Freightways, so we were moving all over the place. But when you're not born and raised in a certain area, you lose track of the personal bonds that you get with friends and teachers and everybody around you. And so I don't completely blame the teachers, other than the jerks that labeled me a dirty hillbilly. Shame on y'all. Of course, most of them are probably dead by now.
Well, they probably are.
I'm sorry if you're gone. I'm sorry if you've moved on.
Rest in peace, right?
But anyhow, so that's the school thing.
Who was your favorite friend in school? Male and female.
Well,
And why? That's a 3-part question.
my favorite friend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you was my best friend, Ralph, but he kind of turned on me because
He was a staple.
he said he was gonna introduce himself to you.
How
and
about
then
your
he
friend
was gonna,
Richard? Where'd you meet him?
Richard, well, he wasn't a childhood friend. He was a friend I met
Oh.
through Cherie's first husband. He was a cool guy. He passed away in 2001. He had pneumonia.
What look-alike person did he look like? Richard,
Oh, he looked just like
the guy on
the
Cheers.
guy on Cheers, the big guy, wore the tweed jacket. What's his name? See, here we go again.
You're going to have to Google it.
Thank you, Google.
Thank you, Karla.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name.
I don't know.
I mean, when I say he looked a lot like him, it was to the point that he went out and bought a tweed jacket, and we'd go out goofing on the weekends, and people would come up wanting his autograph. That's how much he looked like Norm. Was it Norm?
I think it's Norm, or was that the postman? The
No,
mailman?
yeah, that was the postman.
That was the mailman, mail dude. I bet you everybody knows the answer.
Oh, they're screaming at the camera, or their
See, I told
screens
you this
right
was
now.
going to be a fun interview. It's going to be like pulling hen teeth, y'all.
Let's see
gonna
without
be
my glasses. Yeah, Norm. Yeah,
Norm.
no. Well, then who was the mailman? Wait a minute. Cliff. Oh, Cliff was. See, it's been a long time.
Cliffy.
Yeah, Norm, but he's spitting image of Norm.
I had him going, y'all.
Yeah,
I had him going.
but,
I knew the answer.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he looks so much. You want to know what my friend Richard looks like? Now, I got a picture, and I'm going to be putting it up in the corner like I usually do of Richard.
You didn't think I'd asked you that question, did
And,
you?
but he is. If you really want to know what Richard looked like, just watch an episode of Cheers with Norm in it, because that's.
What's the stupidest thing you ever did in high school? Oh,
Stupidest?
Remember the guys in the electric class? What class was that?
You know what?
That
would have
was
to be the
stupid.
stupidest.
That was stupid.
Yeah, because I could have got somebody hurt. Well, they tried to hurt me, because what had happened, I was in industrial electricity class,
Electricity class.
and we had little cubicles for each student, made with 2x4s, all framed in, and we had projects like we were wiring a house. I was right in the middle of mine, and I was running wiring through the conduit and everything. Well, some jerk went in, pulled a couple of wires out, snipped them, bared the wire, put it back in the conduit, thinking it'd be real funny. I electrocute myself.
Payback's a bad boy.
Well, actually,
They copied off your paper.
that's how I got back at them. And
It was the football team, the
but see,
football
now
guys.
the stupid thing,
the
I
jocks.
didn't pull that on me, but the teacher, he was. I almost think he was the one that did it, because he said, "Well, this could happen on a construction site,
And you were
really
blaming
have
them.
to be." Yeah. So anyway, if the teacher did it, I don't know. All I know is it's stupid. Somebody could have got hurt, seriously hurt.
Yeah, but what did you do to retaliate?
But anyway, Well, what they would do is they would copy off of me because the teacher, he'd pass the tests out and then he'd leave.
Was that Mr. Smith you had?
I think that was his name. Well, anyway, he would leave and we'd take the test. Well, when he was gone,
I didn't like
what the
Mr.
idiots
Smith.
didn't realize is there was an intercom up on the wall. He was listening to us. Well, we're in the middle of taking this test. They always wanted to copy off of me.
Because he was a brainiac.
I got mad. Well, yeah, I usually,
He was a
if
nerd.
I didn't get at least 98% something, you know, anyhow, I digress. But what I did is I went through and finished my test. And they were all waiting on me. Well, I did it all in pencil. So they come and they copied the answers like they usually do.
You let me
And
copy
then while
in
they were over
ROTC,
there
wouldn't you?
goofing off and not studying like they were supposed to, I went back and I erased the wrong answers and I put the right in. Well, now I got 100% on the test. They all, I think I let them get like three correct answers. So they all failed the test.
You would let
But
me
see,
copy.
here's the thing about it is he told me later on, he pulled me aside, it was the end of the year. He said, you remember that little debacle? Because I almost got my butt kicked. They got mad at me, I guess, because that would have been a stupid thing, because there's about 4 of them that, buddy, they were going to kick my butt.
They was football players.
But he was telling me, he said, you know that little test debacle? I said, yeah. He says, you're right. He says, that intercom hears a lot. I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, I figured.
Mm-hmm.
But
You
there
let-
was that, and I'd say the other stupid thing I did was I let my anger get to me, and this little kid in high school, it was my first year of high school, he kept picking at me.
That was
And I had
nothing.
enough. And
He snapped.
when I said a little squirt, he was a little squirt. I snapped. I picked him up and I throwed him across the room into a bunch of stacked chairs and stuff.
Ranger,
up in the
you
corner.
ain't got anger issues, do you?
But
You just misunderstood,
You know what?
ain't
The
you?
bullying stopped because I was deemed crazy. After that, everybody stayed away from me.
Well, when you're deemed crazy, Ranger, you don't
That's
have
right.
to
He's
explain.
nuts. He's nuts. Stay away from him. You ought to seen when he did the old, what's his face? I'm like,
Well, I'm glad you didn't change your answers in ROTC when I'd copy off of you. Remember I'd
No.
ask you,
I
Hey.
loved ROTC. It was so good.
Donald, what's this answer? You
Yeah.
always told me right because I would have been mad at you.
But,
Oh.
so anyhow, let's
What project did you do in ROTC that got you an A that something was wrong with it? And Chief Bradley
Oh,
left-
Chief Bradley, I tell you, I was already getting straight A's in that class. Well, he had for extra credit to go home and draw a map. Well, I spent the whole weekend. I don't know why, but I thought Africa's a cool country. So I went home and Anton, the same guy that introduced me to Richard, he was an artist. Well, he explained how to take a drawing like from the book, because I was looking at an atlas and draw it onto a piece of poster board. So I drawed this. I was beautiful. Spent the whole weekend. I had the countries and I had them colored and everything. See,
I'm thinking
he
of
gave me
another
like
project.
he gave me like a B, and I says, "Why are you giving me a B?" He says, "You forgot 2 important things." And I said, "What's that?" And he says, "You didn't label the oceans on each side of the country." I'm like, "Really?" I said, "At least I colored it in blue. You can tell it's an ocean." He's like, "Yeah, but you can't tell which." I'm like, I wish I still had that. He said, "Could I keep this?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" And he said, "Because it's good." I'm like, "Well,
How about the airplane?
yeah, it's another one. The
That's
airplane.
another project.
My dyslexia kicked in on that one.
It's
I built
funny.
I built an F4 Phantom with a tail gear for the to land on aircraft carriers. Believe it or not, the Navy had F4 Phantom jets, but oh, it was beautiful and everything. Problem is, I was rushed. I brought it to school. He shook his head. He's like, "Reeves, what's wrong with you?" And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "All the decals." I said, "Yeah, what about them?" He says, "You got them all on here backwards and upside down." I was like, "What?" I got to looking at it. I'm like, "Oh, brother." Yeah, I'd put the decals. They were all cattywampus all over
Do you
the place.
remember my aircraft carrier? And I had
Yeah,
to
she
get
did
up.
aircraft carry, and the little planes kept falling off of it.
No, he told me to to hold it up so the class could see it.
Yeah, that was
I
it.
forgot to glue the jets
Yeah,
down.
she tilted it, and all the planes went off.
The aircraft carrier.
I think I was probably out in the back of the class going, Godzilla, Godzilla. I did something. I don't know. I was a smart aleck even when I was a kid.
You helped me. You helped me learn in ROTC the what was it? The alphabet.
Oh, the phonetic alphabet.
Yeah, Bravo, Zulu, and all
Alpha,
that.
Bravo, Charlie, Delta.
And I think because of you, I got an A.
Yeah.
I think Chief Bradley would have gave me an A anyway, because all the shenanigans we did. You remember?
I was trying. I was going to go for my FCC license because I was in electronics, and I just could not get the Morse code down.
Oh, my daddy
Could not memorize
my
Morse
daddy taught me that.
I don't know if that was dyslexia thing or what, but I couldn't get it down.
You know how I learned the Morse code? Things you didn't know about Karla Reeves either.
I didn't know you knew the Morse code.
You didn't know that? Chief Bradley was surprised that I knew. You know how I learned it? My dad was into ham radios, and I told him I wanted to learn it for class.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get the when you did the dots and dashes and all that.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it, so I had to do it by ear. And I could listen to it, and Dad would say, "This is A," and then do the dots and dashes, and that's how I learned it by ear.
That's how I learned or tried to learn it. I just couldn't keep it straight. I guess that being a young kid, I had more important things to do or something. I don't know. I got frustrated and give up on it.
But we had fun
Anyhow.
in our OTC.
Oh, we did. It was awesome.
You remember the time they was giving me my dress jacket?
Yeah, and the buttons kept popping.
No, Chief Bradley says, "Miss Mango," that was my maiden name, "why are you holding your breath?" I said, "Sir, I can't breathe." He says, "Breathe." Them buttons shot
Yeah,
off.
buttons shot.
I thought Donald was going to fall on the floor and pee his pants laughing.
So
There was
anyhow,
like 3 girls in our OTC.
Other than that, school, it was just, it's like everybody else, when you're a kid, you just do what you can to survive school because it's,
Why'd you have to take health class?
oh Lord. That had to do with my dad and his job because we moved from Salt Lake to Kentucky.
His Air Force job?
No, he was a trucker.
Oh, okay.
But we had to, I should say, we had to move from Utah to Kentucky. And the one course, I remember taking it, but apparently they didn't record it. It was quarter credit in health, that's something you take your very first year of high school. I know I took it, but they couldn't find the proof. So I was supposed to graduate in 81.
Well, thank God you didn't.
Well, instead I
You
graduated
got
in
to meet
82.
me.
I had to go a complete extra year for a quarter credit in health. So here I am, I'm 18 going on 19 in a class with 15-year-olds?
8th graders?
Yeah. They thought I was the big dumb moose. They was like, "Whoa, what's wrong with him? Some genetic throwback or something?" And
You was a hybrid, wasn't you?
yeah, I was something. But anyway, I took advantage of that year because what I did, the first year I
got in trouble.
took industrial electricity just as a high school class, but it was also an adult education class.
Tell them what else you did to
So
get
the
in trouble.
next, well, honey, I'm trying to finish my story. So the next year, because I had to go an extra year for this stupid quarter credit, I took 2 classes a day in industrial electricity, and I actually got a degree in industrial electricity.
Ain't that something?
So anyhow, I guess things work out. Of course, I never could get a job. I tell you what, the electrical field, to be an electrician, man, you really got to know somebody because I couldn't buy a job.
If I would have known that, I would have got you to talk to my dad because my dad was an electrician at Hobart's. He would have got you
Anyhow.
on there. You know it?
But yeah, that kind of stung. But I've always been a learner. I love to learn something. I can't let a day go by that I don't learn at least one thing.
I know you teach me a bunch, especially about blowing up computers.
I try to teach people. Not that I know everything. I'm a know-it-all. But if I know something and somebody needs help, I do what I can.
Just like editing and stuff like that. You
Editing.
teach me a
Well, it's
lot.
like Amy keeps talking about, or April. Here we go. Her channel is so hard to remember.
Entity
Paranormal Investigators.
I said entity.
And Amy.
Sorry, Amy.
What the? Paranormal. Anyway, April's wanting Amy to teach her how to edit.
Who's on first? What's on second?
You know, the thing about editing is what you need to do is just make you some clips and just start doing it. And you learn through trial and error how to do it. And, you know, I mean, it's the way I started. I got Pickle Studio, good Lord, years ago. In fact, I think it was called Corel Movie something or another.
What was Adobe?
It was just hit and miss. Oh, Lord, Adobe After Effects.
Is that one of the...
It's a very powerful and awesome
editing
piece of editing software, but first of all, it's extremely expensive. Second of all, it's extremely difficult to use. Now, Sony Vegas ain't too bad, but it's not as expensive as Adobe.
Adobe's hard to deal with.
And it's a lot easier to use. But I like Pinnacle because Pinnacle's
is that the one I
real
use?
Inexpensive. Yeah, and it can be buggy, but it's just a good all-around program. It's real easy to learn. The learning curve is just nothing. But there's other software out there. Any kind of editing software, and a lot of these smartphones. What is it? Movie Maker.
No, that's for the computers, ain't it? Laptops.
Yeah, but there's ones like Movie Magic. I noticed Rob and some of them they have it downloaded because I think the one they use is specific for Android phones. But man, they got some pretty powerful video editing software for smartphones now, and it's pretty amazing. But yeah, it just I forgot what you had asked me.
I forgot too. So next question. What was the stupidest job you ever had?
Stupidest job?
Stupidest job. I mean, just...
Probably working at McDonald's. That was my very first job.
What did you do?
That lasted a week. What did I do?
Yeah.
I worked at McDonald's.
Well, did you cook?
No, I was in the section between the front, you know, where they take your order, that counter. And then they had the grill. It's all different nowadays. They had the grill section where they grilled the hamburgers and cooked and stuff. And then they had the section I worked in. What I did is I was a prep. I worked prep. My job was to dress the hamburger. Well, no, the dudes would. I'd get the buns out and I would set up for the dudes cooking. And I'd get out there, you got these caulking guns, and you squirt like...
That's what they look like.
Yeah, you squirt ketchup and mustard and all the other stuff. So I had to get those, I had to dress the buns for when they got done cooking so they could just put them on there. And then I had to finish them up. And then that was sent to the area next to me, and they wrapped them and put them in their little containers or whatever. Plus, I was in charge of making fish sandwiches and apple pies and cherry turnovers and all that stuff.
Yummy.
Anyhow, where I was working, it was actually designated for 2 people. It was supposed to be 2 people working there. I was the only one working there. And, boy, they busted my buns on that. So
busted your buns?
Yeah, exactly. Not buttered. Didn't butter my buns. They busted my buns. Some of y'all get that joke.
He didn't catch that, did he?
But what had happened, Special Olympics had a huge hamburger order, and it was right in the middle of the lunch hour rush. So, man, we are busting. We're having to get out like 3,000 hamburgers in the middle of lunch.
Oh,
so after about an hour, I was just about done. I was going to take a break. Well, the manager says, "You ain't taking no break." I said, "What are you talking about? Just busting my butt." And I'll never forget. He was. I'm gonna cuss, so y'all be ready.
Y'all watch out! Bleep, bleep,
he had this
bleep,
one
bleep,
saying
bleep.
that used to aggravate me, and he said he's like, "Listen, like I told you before." He says, "I want to see assholes and elbows." He says, "You don't need to take a break." I was like, "Do what?" Well, you can just imagine. 16-year-old kid.
Like, so what?
I had a 16-year-old attitude. So when he
had
walked off, he made the mistake of laughing at me. So when he walked off, I marched downstairs That's another thing a lot of people don't know is McDonald's has a basement.
Do they
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I went
Like
downstairs.
Disneyland.
And I grabbed my coat. I walked out the back door and I went home. I quit. I walked off the
Where's
job.
the downstairs at? Downstairs?
Downstairs. Yeah, I went in to get my last check and to turn my uniforms in, and I'll never forget the lady that managed that store. She said, "You'll never work in this town ever again."
She kept her promise, didn't she?
Yeah, something happened. I don't know, because when I went to trucking school.
Explain to them about the DAX score. And that
Yeah, it's DAC systems, DAC. They still do it, but back when they started it, I don't think that was what caused it.
You don't
something
think she
happened.
blackballed you?
Excuse me, but I am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and I just wasn't meant.
God didn't want you flipping
Yeah,
burgers.
because what had happened, I moved back to. I was living in Salt Lake, and we moved back here. Well, no, okay, that was. Well, anyway, we moved back here, and I finished high school. I'm thinking years later. I moved back here because my sister Cherie, she was living back here. I came back here to help her. Well, in the meantime, I decided to go to truck driving school because the electronics thing, that's another thing, electronics school. I went to that for about 6 months till I figured out that electronic technicians don't make that much money. And all the money I was going to spend on school, I thought, I'll never get these student loans paid off, so I'm not doing it. So I went to trucking school. Well, when I graduated trucking school, I couldn't beg a job. J.B. Hunt, Schneider, nobody wanted me. I'm like, what is going on? So I moved back to Salt Lake, and same thing there. Well, finally, one of the dudes, at least, because what would happen is I'd go in and I'd say, I'd fill the application. They'd look at it. Oh, yeah, great. Tell you what, come back in tomorrow and we'll get you started. Oh, yeah, cool. I come back in the next day. On second thought, we don't need you. I'm like, huh? And this went on CRST, Swift. I was trying CR England. They were all doing
Did
it.
you do Crest?
No, they're not in Salt Lake.
Oh, my bad.
But the only company that finally would hire me was PST. And there's a picture of my PST truck. So they hired me. Lord, that was a joke. Everybody used to make fun of PST drivers. They call them poor starving truckers, and it's true. Because it was one of them deals. One week, I might make a pretty good check. The next week, I ended up owing the company money. It was ridiculous.
Was that the boss that you put pea gravel to get even with him? Come on now, we're going to have to make this episode longer. Come on now.
Well, I'm trying to stop this. Sorry, y'all. That's a 30-minute time. What I'm trying to do.
Oh, leave the timer off. You can cut the film
No,
up.
honey, you don't understand what I'm trying to do.
Yes, I do. I know what you're trying to
Okay.
do.
Let's finish the story. Because this is going to get cut out.
What? The bloopers?
This little part.
Come on now.
Anyhow, okay, well, it's not going to cut out. It's just a big I got time because what I'm going to do is trying to split this into 30-minute segments. That's our 30-minute segment. So
Part 2.
what we're going to do is go to part 2. So we're going to continue this on the next one. So you're going to have to find out what happens with the trucking thing and everything tomorrow. So see y'all later. God bless. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Say bye-bye.
Well, if I quit talking,
Bye-bye.
If
Just
I-
say bye-bye.
bye-bye.
There. Now, she'll be talking tomorrow.
But if I shh,
Watch her.
who's going to interview you? Negan?